Hey y'all, it's Kelly from Dixie Darlins Tumblers here, and today I've got a tutorial that I'm really excited to bring to y'all. It's one that you've been asking for, and it's a cup that I've kind of worked on in stages throughout different Facebook groups, but there just wasn't one from start to finish. So I decided it was time to bring it all together and then bring that to y'all. And then just a little back history on this cup. So there was a week where I had done several different lives in Facebook groups, and I was working on my tutorials, and honestly, I was just kind of creatively spent. I was at a loss that week. I didn't know what I was going to do for this next live that was coming up. So I went to my friend Lisa Dempsey, and if y'all are on my Facebook group or Instagram, y'all know I love her. She dominates the rhinestone bling tumbler. I love her. She has Lisa Stella Designs, and Lisa's just a really good friend to me. So I went to her and I said, Lisa, what am I going to do? I'm at a total loss. I don't know where to go from here this week. And she said, why don't you crackle over a vinyl? I was like, oh, genius. Why don't I? I haven't, but I'll try it. So I actually did, and I found a vinyl that was more of a rustic look so that I could distress the crackle so you could see the vinyl through it. And then I threw a little glitter in there, and then I added some gold foil flakes. And then for my final touch in the tutorial, so Lisa's from Jersey, and obviously I'm from the South, and so we have all our little sayings. She has her Jersey ones, and I have my Southern ones, but we always come together on bless your heart. So that's my decal I'm gonna add to this cup today. So I hope that you guys enjoy it. Lisa totally gets credit for this crackle over the vinyl technique here. It was totally her idea, and she walked me through the process the first time, so I really appreciate it. And I will list all the products that I use in the description box below, so y'all make sure to check out those links, as well as I'll include some discount codes for y'all. And y'all come subscribe to my Dixie Darlins Tumblers Facebook group. We go live every Sunday night, and it's so much fun. I love interacting with y'all. I love for y'all to share and me to see your creations of what you come up with. And please subscribe here so you don't miss my future tutorials. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, y'all, we're starting with the sanded 24-ounce plump from the Steel Magnolia. Y'all know these are my favorite cups to wrap in vinyl. And then I've got this beautiful vinyl that I got from the Vinyl Cottage, and it is called Serape 02 Funky Serape. So I will link it in the description box below, but you can search Funky Serape on her website and you can find it at the Vinyl Cottage shop. And so I've just cut it down to the size. I've just trimmed it down a little bit, and then I've lined it up, and then I've just cut the very edge of the backing off my vinyl, as I always do. And then I'm just going to press with my thumb and pull the backing off at the same time as I work my way around the cup. And then I am going to take my little piece of tape that you guys always see me do, so I have a little overlap in my vinyl, and I'm going to lay it right off of the edge of the vinyl, so I do create a little overlap when I trim that off. And then I'm just going to continue to work my way around until I'm done, and then I take my craft knife and I'm going to trim off the excess. So I have several tutorials where I vinyl wrap a cup, so you guys make sure to check those out if you need some more detail in vinyl wrap. And I'm just going to go through it pretty quick on this one. And then I just take my craft knife and I'm going to run it down the edge of that tape and trim off the excess. And then I'm going to pull the vinyl around the top after I take the tape off. And then I'm going to trim off the excess around the top. That's my next step before I go into pulling the vinyl down around the bottom of the cup. And I'm just going to pull it really tight, and I'm pressing it with my other thumb to make sure there's no creases as it comes around from the side to the bottom of the cup. And then once I've got that all securely laid down, I'm going to take my craft knife and I'm just going to run it right around this rim. Y'all know I love the rim here on the bottom of these 24 plumps. Actually, all the plumps have this little rim. My craft knife just goes right down in it, and then I just go back in. I do it with my fingernail. You guys can do it with whatever is easiest for you. I've always found that it's easy for me with my fingernail to just press it right down in that little crease right there. And then after I've got that firmly adhered, I'm going to go in with some Counterculture Quick Coat. You guys know I love this product. I just do a little bit on around the bottom, and then I'm going to take my little silicone tool here, and I'm just going to spread it out so it just will help the epoxy adhere to the bottom of the cup, and then also make sure that that vinyl doesn't lift up right there in that little crease. I will link these little silicone tools down below. They're in my Amazon's favorite list. And then after I apply the quick coat, I'm going to let it dry for about 30 minutes. And then after I've let that quick coat dry, I'm going to go in with a layer of Counterculture's Artist Resin Medium Viscosity. So I like the medium viscosity, and I'm going to go in here and apply some glitter. All these little places that you see that look like gold glitter, I actually want them to be gold glitter. And then I'm also going to use a little bit of my gold glitter to kind of blend out that seam where you don't see it as noticeable either. So once I get that coat smoothed out, I am going to go in with Peachy Olive Glitter's Athena. This is one of my favorite golds. It's so pretty, and I'm just going to apply it right there where it looks like there's gold glitter, but there's really not. I actually want it to be gold glitter. So I'm going to try to cover up those spots for the most part, and then you can see here, I'm going to kind of stretch those areas out a little bit just to blend where the seam is. And then after I've applied this glitter, I'm gonna let this coat dry for about 4 to 6 hours, and then I'm gonna go in with another layer of Counterculture's Medium Viscosity. I'm gonna apply this coat. I'm gonna use my torch to pop any bubbles, and then I do let this coat dry for about 4 to 6 hours before I apply another coat. So I'm gonna go right back in with another coat. So I'm doing one coat of medium viscosity with the glitter, then I'm applying a second coat, and then I'm gonna apply a third coat, and I'm gonna let that dry for about 8 hours before I'm gonna go into my crackle. And the reason for the second coat of epoxy after the glitter is that I want it to be completely smooth before I move to the crackle. And then y'all, I did not record, but I did use the Mod Podge's clear adhesive sealer that you guys have seen me use before. I'm gonna spray a thin coat of that on after my layer of epoxy dries about 8 hours. And then after the clear adhesive sealer has dried, just takes about 30 minutes, I'm gonna move into this Crackle Medium. And this is by FolkArt. It's just their Crackle Medium. And this is a Mod Podge brush that I have, and I'm just gonna take it and I'm just gonna apply a very thin coat. You don't want too much on the cup. You just want a very thin coat. I know in my past that I have applied more than necessary just because I'm like, oh, did I get it covered really well? But it just really takes a thin coat of this FolkArt Crackle Medium. And then I'm gonna let this dry for a good hour. I want it completely dry before I go back in with my acrylic paint. And then here, I'm just gonna take some white acrylic paint. It's by FolkArt too. There's nothing special about it. It's just white acrylic paint. And then I'm gonna apply the paint over the Crackle Medium after it's dried for a good hour. It's good and dry. And you can see I'm just doing it in like one long swooping motion here. So you don't want to go back over the areas or it'll tend to pull off the paint. So you can see sometimes I'll go down from the top down, but if you try to wipe over it too many times, it just messes it up. So just try to do one long motion from the bottom to the top, and then if you have to come from the top down to the bottom, that's fine, but you don't want to go back over the same areas once you apply your acrylic paint. And then I just let this dry overnight after I applied my acrylic paint. It definitely didn't have to take that long. I just let it sit overnight just until it's good and dry and you feel like you can work with it without moving any of the paint. We are going to distress it, so I just wanted to make sure it was good and dry, so I just kind of left it sitting overnight. And then make sure you get the bottom, because I almost forgot on this cup. And so then after I let it sit overnight, I do go in, and this is just 91% rubbing alcohol and a paper towel. I found that a paper towel just kind of grips it pretty good of getting it off. And sometimes I'll use my fingernail a little bit just to kind of start it if it needs to just kind of scrape off. But be careful, because where it's crackled really good, it will tend to want to peel off. So I try to be really careful in those areas where it looks like it wants to peel off, and just kind of play with it a little bit. You know, obviously you don't want the whole thing to peel off. I just kind of, you know, work it with the alcohol best I can to make sure that's how I get it off. And y'all, I distress a lot of this cup because I loved this vinyl so much that I really wanted it to show through. So I ended up taking a lot of the crackle off, but I just didn't want you to miss the vinyl and the glitter that I'd added. And then after you've got it distressed mostly like you want it, I go back in with Q-tips. And y'all, you might use a lot of Q-tips, but to me it's worth it to get all that area clean, because that white paint will stay on there and you'll think that maybe the epoxy will clear it up, but it won't. And then once you've got the epoxy on there, you can't go back. So I really try to make sure these areas are good and clean with Q-tips first. It's totally worth it. And then I'm gonna go in now and add my gold foil flakes. So I'm gonna use Peachy Olive Glitter's clear adhesive, and this is just an old paintbrush. It doesn't really matter what you apply with this. I just kind of do it in a random motion, and I don't want them to be like little streaks, so I just kind of tap it on there, just in kind of a random, you know, movement here, just so it's not a straight line. I kind of want it, you know, to be kind of random on there. So I'm gonna apply that, and then I'm using Breeches and Bows. I'm using these green variegated gold foil leaf here. And I just use my little tweezers here to apply them, and then once I get them on the area that I've applied the clear adhesive sealer, I kind of just tap them down with my finger. So I just kind of let y'all watch me work here. You don't want any areas that are too thick because they won't dry well and they'll be kind of clumped up. So I do like to have them separated out where they lay pretty flat on the cup. But I don't worry if there's areas that are hanging off the side, if that makes sense. So where the adhesive is, I want it to lay flat, but then I don't really care if there's areas that aren't adhered to and they're just kind of hanging off. So you'll see my cup at the end here, like once I get them all on here, I just kind of work my way around, and I'm kind of applying them to the crackle area. So instead of covering up the glitter or the vinyl, I'm kind of go just right along the edges of where the white crackle is. And so I'm just going to work my way around the cup, and then once I get all of them on there like I want, I am going to go back in with another brush, and I'm just going to kind of brush them off. So that's what I'm saying. Don't really worry if there's areas that are hanging off. You're going to brush those off anyway after it dries. So I did let this dry for, I probably let it sit there just because I was working on something else. It probably sat there for about 2 hours before I came back to brush off all the excess, and it may have even been longer than that. Just make sure that they're dry before you start to go and brush, because it will make a mess if you don't. And then here you can see, this is kind of what the product looks like after I've got it all applied. And you can see they're hanging off everywhere, but I am going to go in and just brush off all that excess. And so you can see I'm just taking my little brush here, and I'm just going to brush it off. I'm kind of lightly doing this, but enough to where it'll get off all the excess. And I just work my way around until I feel like it's pretty clean and all the excess is off, and none of it's going to come off when I go into my next layer of epoxy. So I go into my next layer of epoxy, and I am using Counterculture's medium viscosity artist resin again here, and I use about 25 milliliters, and I'm just going to apply a thin coat here, use my torch to pop any bubbles, and I let this coat dry for about 4 to 6 hours, and then I do go into another coat of Counterculture's medium viscosity. So I'm going to do 2 coats after I crackle, add my foil flakes, and then I'm going to go into my first layer, and then I do a second layer, and then I do let that coat dry for about 8 hours before I'm going to move into applying my decal. And then I chose to go with a Bless Your Heart. I actually purchased this on Etsy, and it was a 3-layer because I thought that's what I was going to do, and then I printed it off. I really didn't like it, so I ended up just doing the 2 layers. I will link the shop and the listing in the description box below. I'll go ahead and warn y'all, it's a little pricey because it's actually for like a 3D printer if you're going to use it as a 3-layer thing. And so, but I didn't use it as that, so, but I have it anyway. So I just like the font of it. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that to the cup. And then I go right back into my next layer of epoxy. And then I am going to go right back into another layer of epoxy, and I'm using 25 milliliters of Counterculture's medium viscosity artist resin, and then I let that coat dry for about 8 hours, and then I'm going to do any last minute sanding and then go back into a final coat of Counterculture's medium viscosity, and it's about 25 milliliters I use on the last coat. So thank y'all so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. If not, please shoot me any questions that you guys have. I'm always here to help. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun, crazy stuff. I hope that y'all enjoyed this final design. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all again soon.